book nerds, it's Ashley here, and it is my greatest pleasure to welcome you to the Book Nerds Corner. This has honestly been a long time coming. I've dreamt about joining BookTube since about mid-2023 probably, and it's now 2026, so I feel like I just kind of have to give it a try at this point, you know? This isn't exactly how I dreamed of starting BookTube. I'm kind of a perfectionist and over-planner, etc., so I figured I'd had dozens of videos filmed, ready to go, putting it all, like, being prepped for ages, knowing exactly what I'm going to do. But honestly, at this point, I'm a mess. I don't know what I'm doing all the time. And I think, you know, that's just how life is. And I think it's better to be transparent and honest about my reading life and what I'm doing rather than prioritize being perfect or fitting all the algorithms and all that crazy stuff. For this video, I figured I'd just do a little intro where we have a little heart talk it out. And I figured I'd put out 10 base rules of things you can expect from my channel, things not to expect, and just a little bit to get to know me. So let's get started. Number 1, I will only make content that interests me. I feel like everyone says this, but at the same time, so many people go out of their way to make like monthly wrap-up videos or book hauls or book unhauls or monthly TBRs, and they just don't like them. Like, if there's a type of video you don't like, why don't you just start out the gate not doing them? I mean, if I try it once and just to give it a try and then I end up hating it, why would I do it again? I mean, I understand sometimes people are trying to please their audience, and if it's like their most watched type of video, I kind of get it, but just like set your expectations now and just say, hey, if you don't like this, just don't do it. Number 2, I love doing bookish experiments. Like, seriously, I love it. I've done different things where like friends pick out books and then they compete against each other, which you guys will probably hear about, you know, because this is a book channel. And I also love doing like exploration type things where it's like a book bingo with different prompts, or like bookish roadmaps with different prompts to follow that you have to do in a certain order and stuff like that. I just think they're super neat. I also love doing like, let's read 3 of this type of book and compare them kind of thing. So definitely a lot of things that, could be used in the YouTube world. I read pretty much everything. It's 3. My favorite genres are like fantasy, young adult. I love me a good romance. I'm really into LGBTQIA+ fiction. And I really love graphic novels and manga. So those genres will show up more often, but I'm a huge fan of like everything. I read a little bit here and there. I read middle grade, I read YA, I read new adult, nonfiction, fiction, just a little bit of everything, whatever floating my boat at the moment, you know? Number 4, I never read the back of books. This is probably one of the weirder things about me, but like going into a book, I never read the synopsis on the back, which is pretty rare. I mean, sounds like a crazy thing to do, but I love going in blind to books. It just fills me with this, like, I don't know, sense of excitement with every book I read. I know this also leads to me probably reading more books that I wouldn't particularly like because I didn't read the back of the book to figure out what it's about, but, you know, I think it's worth it for me. 5. I love completing bookish reading prompts, but hardly ever curate TBRs. As I alluded to earlier, I love doing bookish bingos and bookish games and monthly challenges and stuff like that, but I hardly ever make a TBR for the month. I am such a mood reader, and by the time I finish the 2nd book on the TBR, I'll probably be completely bored of the 3rd book on the TBR. So I usually don't. I mean, unless I do like a big library trip, and then obviously the library books are prioritized, or I have some books that authors sent to me that I need to read for video creation, or if I have an advanced reader copy of a book that I'm really excited about, sometimes I'll prioritize that one or be like, I am going to read this in February. But beyond that, I don't really do TBRs. Maybe that will change with doing BookTube a little bit if I run out of ideas or if I have a really great idea, but we'll have to just see. Number 6, I'm notoriously awful at reading new releases. This is just something you should know about me. Even if my favorite author comes out of the book, it tends to be like 4 to 6 months before I even think about picking it up. I don't know. I'm bad. Like, I should just read what I want to read, right? But I just get so consumed with all these other books that I want to read too that it's like, well, what do I pick? Well, yeah, hopefully I'll get better at that, and like with my top authors I'll keep up, but who knows at this point. Number 7. I am an avid supporter of my local library, so not all my books are pretty. I think this is something that a lot of YouTubers feel like guilty about, so they always want to buy their books and have them look really nice and pretty, but that's not who I am. I am much more into saving money than owning books, if that makes sense. If I don't know I'm gonna love a book, I'm not gonna spend my money on it. It's a lot of my books I do get sent to me for free because I'm already that far in my book career that authors and publishers will send me a lot of different things for free, but I'm very, very picky about the books I purchase with my own money, or even like the gifted money that I'm given for like Christmas and stuff from people. I'm very selective about the books I buy, which usually they're continuations of series I love or like the books from my favorite authors ever. That's about it. Number 8. It's always hard for me to choose what to read. Yeah, I'm also very indecisive, which makes it hard to follow TBRs or even create a TBR in general. So maybe I'll have to do some TBR prompts and stuff and see if that helps with that. But most of my life, I actually grew up with my sister going to the library, and she picked out most of the books I read because I'm just that indecisive. So there's a lot of me doing prompts where like my friends pick out what I read, or my sister, or my boyfriend, or that kind of thing, because I don't know what I want to read a lot of the time. You know, understandable, right? Number 9. I believe reading isn't a competition, but I don't shy away from the amount I read. I'm the type of reader that reads over 200 books almost every year, and I will not flaunt that fact like it's like the coolest thing in the world, but I'm not gonna hide it either. Like, I read a lot. It's just part of who I am. I think it's really toxic, this whole like, oh, I need to read this many books by the end of the year. I mean, it's good to have goals to motivate you, but like, I don't want them to take over my life either, you know? And I feel like a lot of, especially bookish content creators, feel this like need to read more, always more. But I just don't think that's healthy. So I don't focus on that. Lastly, I started this channel to share my love of books and hopefully find some cool book nerds to chat with along the way. Pretty much that's it. Yeah, I wanted to start this because I love watching other booktubers as they talk about all the books they've been reading lately, all the things that they find interesting, and a lot of times I hear of books that I think sound really awesome that I never would have heard of otherwise. And I would love if I could do the same to some of you guys, but honestly, I expect for a while I'm pretty much just talking to a wall / myself, which I already do anyway, so it won't be that big of a difference. But yeah, those are 10 bookish expectations you can have about me and my channel. I'm grateful for any of you who have given me a chance, whether by following my BookTube or my Bookstagram or Goodreads or whatever. It means the world to me that you're following me, and I would love if you would like, comment, etc. Do whatever your little heart desires. And honestly, just keep reading what you love to read. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one, book nerds. Thanks for watching. Bye.